Hello YouTube, this is Delta A330, my first YouTube video, and hopefully you guys like it. I'm not new to collecting, but I am new to YouTube, so hope you guys are easy on me for this first one, and any positive, negative feedback would be great, and hopefully I can incorporate that into my next video. Before we start looking at my airport, just a quick shout out to NWA 941, Aircraft Collector 4, and Joey Cap. You guys all were big inspirations to me starting my airport, and once again, I can't thank you guys enough. You guys were a big help. Um, Not much else to say, and let's get to the airport. So my airport is mainly based off Detroit. I was considering doing an Atlanta-based airport and a Minneapolis one, but I figured Detroit fit my models the best. So let's start looking. This is my first concourse. This is Concourse A. It's my big terminal. This is the main hub for the Delta aircraft that I have, and also the international arrivals. As you can see, I do have one Northwest Airlines A320. I had started my airport just prior to the merger, and we go to the Delta regional terminal that I have, you'll also see a couple of NWA Airlines over there. So as for this terminal, not much, just a really long terminal. It has 41 gates, and it can take, let's see here, 14 wide-body aircraft. Let's get with the planes. So I have a couple A319s here. The A319s were a mainstay on the short-haul domestic routes for Northwest prior to the Delta takeover. Nowadays, most of them are in Atlanta, actually. They've been relocated for Delta's route purposes. There's another A319 right here. There's my Delta SkyTeam 757-200 ETOPS certified. It's got the winglets right there. This is probably one of my more favorite planes, just because it's a unique scheme for Delta, and Delta doesn't have a whole lot of them, especially in comparison to like American. So yeah, I like that plane a lot. There's a Delta 737-700. It's got the little radar on top, which means it's got the TV service that Delta offers on most of its 737 fleet. Let's get to the wide bodies. Lufthansa A330-300. That's a Phoenix model. Delta A330-300. This is my favorite airplane. Air France A380-800 in the new color scheme. Delta 747-400. Delta 777-200LR. Another Delta 747-400. Virgin Atlantic A340-600, longest airplane in the world, up until the 747-8 came out, which is just slightly longer. KLM A330-200. Another Delta 777, and the Delta 757-300, which another plane that came from Northwest in that merger that Delta acquired. And then back to that Northwest A320. A few more here. Another Delta 757-200. The registration on this one, I don't know if you can see it, but it's N703TW. So this airplane at one point flew for Transworld Airlines. Then I have a Delta 737-800, and then another A319. So that's the main terminal. As you can see, there are quite a few empty parking spots that I am able to fill, and that's part of the fun of this. There's lots of room for expansion, and there's always room to improve your airport. So it's like a never-ending project. Now let's go to the smaller courses. Concourse B is everything that's not Delta at my airport besides international. If you want terminal maps, they're on my airport's website. I can't think of the address off the top of my head right now, but if you look in the description, I'll post it there. First, we have our American Airlines gates. There's 3 of them. As you can see, 2 of them are American Eagle. Then I have some room here to add some gates, which I eventually want to add. I want to add like Frontier and JetBlue, U.S. Airways eventually. I'm actually waiting to see what happens with U.S. Airways and American, because if they merge, I might just expand my American gates instead of getting U.S. Airways. Then I have Allegiant MD-80, MD-82 to be exact. Another space where I can put a gate right here. We have the AirTran 717. Not sure what I'm going to do with that after the Southwest merger is complete, but for now it's staying out there. Then some more open spots. My United Express ERJ 170. So now we have Concourse C, which as you can see is pretty much empty for the time being. I'm hoping to fill this terminal all up with Delta regional aircraft, because like it or not, most hub airports, especially today, are very heavy on the regional. I don't know if you guys know this, but if anybody's flown through the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport recently, they've converted their biggest terminal, which is Concourse C, all into regional gates. And some people will say it's cool, some people will say it's sad. I tend to think it's sad. I mean, you're seeing the end of luxury travel in exchange for smaller aircraft that are just slightly more fuel efficient. I feel like it's sad, but I guess it's a new era in aviation. We all have to pretty much get used to it. So first we have the Saab 340. I'm probably going to have to box this one up pretty soon, because I don't know if you knew this, but Delta has retired all their Saabs as of, I think, 2 months ago. So that plane is no longer in service. And we have a Delta connection. This one is SkyWest CRJ 200. Then we have a Delta connection CRJ 900. I actually have another one on the other side right there. And then here's my 2 NWA Airlinks that I have. I have a CRJ 900 right there and a 200 right there. So that's basically it for the airport. I have a Delta hangar over here. I'm hoping to get the hangar soon, but as you can see, my airport is just in the preliminary stages. There's lots of room for improvement, as far as the terminals and jetways and the hangar, of course. But at the start, I mean, I'm not at all finished with it by any means. Positive and negative criticism are both appreciated. I like to hear what other people have to say, and yeah, that's basically it. A few other things. Models I plan to get. I plan to finish my Delta fleet as soon as I can. I don't know, because obviously with this regional terminal here, I have to get a lot more planes, and you saw all the empty gates on the big terminal that still need to be filled with Delta aircraft. So hopefully that'll get done fairly soon. I'm also hoping to add ground crew eventually, maybe some better jetways. Right now I'm just using some homemade jetways slash runway end pieces. If you guys didn't know what those were. Yeah, and also I'm using the boxes for terminals, which is a little lame, but I'm not that upset with it for now. I mean, this is just a start. It's not the end product. I thought you guys would like to be able to see an evolution as far as the airport goes. Also, I have a few other planes that I have that I've collected that are a little bit special to me, so I'll print those out real fast, just if you guys will hold on for just a second. So the first plane is a U.S. Airways A320. I got this plane actually at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. It is 1/150 scale. It's a Skymarks aircraft. The cool thing about the bigger aircraft is they're way more detailed. As far as fine details, I feel like they're way more detailed. They're actually cheaper too. Like this Skymarks plane only cost me $20. I mean, that was a pretty good deal considering some of these smaller planes can cost upwards of $35. This is an American 777 200. I got this plane a long time ago, actually, when the 777 was fairly new. This one is 1/200 scale. I got this at Chicago O'Hare Airport. So that's another important plane to me. And then finally, my Northwest 757 200. This is my favorite plane Northwest had when they were around. Northwest was my favorite airline. I was going to do a hub of Northwest at my airport, but obviously Delta had to come in and ruin my plans. So I still have this to look at and remember the Northwest days. I flew Northwest a lot when I was smaller and littler, and they were always my favorite airline. They just seem to have the best service and nicest people. So this is probably my favorite plane other than my models. So I have those airplanes. So yeah, that's basically my airport and videos. If there's any unboxings you want me to do, feel free to ask. There's not a lot of new planes at this airport per se. I know a lot of you want to know more about some of my Americans. I have a ERJ 145 and a MD-80. If you do, just comment and I'll make an unboxing video of both those airplanes and tell you how I got them. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. If there's anybody who wants a shout out, just comment and I'll shout you out. But the guys I shout out earlier, especially NWA 941 and Aircraft Collector 4, you guys were just couldn't have been more classy. You guys were pretty classy when it comes to helping another collector out, and now there's another collector who's joined the YouTube community to share their airport. So yeah, anybody needs a video, just request one and I'll try to make one as soon as I can. This is Delta A330. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe.